Caitlin Clark's $15 million offer, career switch statement, Angel Reese stance, draft confession. Caitlin Clark picked up Time magazine's Athlete of the Year award in 2024 in a year that saw her make her mark on the sporting world. The former point guard for the Iowa Hawkeyes transitioned seamlessly into the WNBA after she became the top draft pick for the Indiana Fever, carrying her collegiate success into her professional career. With an overwhelming majority of votes, 66 out of 67. Clark was also named the WNBA Rookie of the Year, shattering numerous records in her inaugural season. At just 22, she led all rookies with an average of 19.2 points per game and set a new WNBA single-season rookie record for points and three-pointers. Despite the Fever's first-round playoff defeat to the Connecticut Sun, Clark more than justified her #1 draft pick status. Her college basketball records are still intact across both men's and women's leagues, including the highest scoring record in NCAA history. She also holds records for the most three-pointers, 548, and attempts, 1,452, and is the Hawkeyes' all-time leader in assists, reports the Mirror US. After a stellar debut year in the big leagues, Clark should be looking forward to 2025 with optimism. But what were the major moments of her 2024 journey? WNBA draft upset. Getting picked first in the draft was a tremendous honor for Clark and her family, yet it came with a dash of sadness. As the top draft choice, Clark was quickly whisked away for interviews, leaving her no time to celebrate with loved ones. On the Fresh Talk podcast, Clark shared her frustration at missing out on the rest of the draft, including not witnessing former Hawkeyes teammate Kate Martin's selection. Clark said, "I was so upset because after I got drafted, I got just drugged out immediately, and I didn't get to see any of the draft. I had my phone. I couldn't really go on it. It made me so upset. And then, I didn't even get to see Kate get drafted. It made me really upset." She also confided to podcast hosts and past teammates Martin, Gabby Marshall, and Jada Gyamfi about her longing to have had more precious moments with them and others close to her during that special time. She added, "I didn't even take pictures with you guys, my family, like Connor McCaffrey, like no one." Angel Reese rivalry. Clark's well-known rivalry with Angel Reese stretches back to their college basketball days. Reese, who played for Maryland and LSU, has bested Clark's Hawkeyes 4 times throughout their careers, most notably during the 2023 NCAA Tournament Championship match. However, Clark snapped the losing streak in the 2024 NCAA Tournament Elite 8 by netting a hopping 41 points, propelling Iowa to the Final Four, and ultimately securing a runner-up spot behind the South Carolina Gamecocks. Reese is known for her lively presence on the court, often seen celebrating with zeal in front of her rivals. During LSU's triumphant national championship run in 2023, Reese was caught on camera doing a "you can't see me" gesture in front of Clark twice, and also tapping her ring finger as a sign of victory, while facing the 22-year-old. At that moment, Clark didn't say much about the incident, except to express her desire to celebrate her team's impressive performance and acknowledge her opponent's success. Clark said, "I didn't think it was taunting. It didn't really bother me. It's just like, why haven't you talk about them winning? Or the incredible run that we went on that nobody would have thought we would have ever gone on. The only thing people cared about was this controversy that was really fabricated and made up, and that has continued to be the case ever since." Despite what seemed like taunts and a brewing rivalry between them, both athletes have come forward to dismiss any speculation of animosity. In an interview with Time magazine, Clark stated, "I don't get that at all. We're not best friends, by any means, but we're very respectful of one another. Yes, we have had tremendous battles. But when have I ever guarded her? And when has she guarded me?" Reese has not been shy in expressing her admiration for Clark, especially after they teamed up at the WNBA All-Star Game. She said, "She's great to play with. Hopefully in 4 years, we'll be Olympians together." $15 million offer from the Big Three. Clark has been a revelation in the WNBA this year, outscoring other point guards and creating new basketball fans worldwide. However, in October 2024, it was revealed that the athlete was offered the chance by Ice Cube's Big Three Basketball League to become the first woman to compete in a North American men's professional basketball league. In comparison to Clark's $76,000, £62,900 annual salary at Fever, she was reportedly able to earn a $10 million, £7.7 million salary in this league. Big Three co-owner Jeff Quatinetz also stated that participants would also get a percentage of team ownership worth millions, 50% of merchandising revenues from her name and likeness, and ownership of a Big Three documentary with a 7-figure advance. Yet, despite the deal's sum hitting potential heights of $15 million, £11.9 million, Clark was left in the dark until the media caught wind of it, learning about the offer alongside the general public. This revelation prompted Big Three co-owner Jeff Quatinetz to point fingers at the industry's power brokers. He said, "We have reason to believe these male agents and executives controlling the sport never even shared our trailblazing offer with Caitlin, let alone facilitated Caitlin meeting with the Big Three to discuss the opportunity. From our perspective, these representatives don't seem to work for an individual client like Caitlin. They seem to work for the NBA mob, as their client list is a who's who of NBA players. Do we expect them to prioritize Caitlin over the NBA, the top employer of their most highly paid clients? The NBA commands by fear, and they make sure their industry of agents, lawyers, managers, and networks stays in line. And that line is to prevent Big Three success, even if it stunts the growth of women's basketball." Unusual career switch. In October 2024, Clark surprised many when she announced her decision to switch from basketball to golf during the winter months, participating in the Annika Pro-Am event in November. She teamed up with LPGA legend Annika Sorenstam and honed her skills at other Pro-Am tournaments over the following weeks. Clark also showcased her talent at the RSM Classic Pro-Am, playing alongside golfer Zach Johnson at Street Simons Island in Georgia. The PGA Tour lauded her multi-sport prowess. On its official account, the PGA Tour posted, "Multi-sport athlete," accompanied by a golf tee and basketball emoji, and a video of Clark teeing off at the RSM event. While some might assume that the 22-year-old's foray into golf is a marketing gimmick, it actually stems from a familial connection. Speaking at the LPGA Women's Leadership Summit, Clark shared that she grew up playing golf with her father and continues to enjoy the sport as a leisure activity with friends. Clark said, "You know, having my first WNBA season behind me and being here is super cool. I've tried to take as much time as I can to practice, but there's only so much hope. You just cross your fingers and pray. No, I've practiced a little bit, and I just had the quote about becoming a professional golfer. Everybody thought I was serious. I was not serious. I love it. I love being outside and making it competitive with my friends."